We now consider the case of an unannounced and temporary increase in domestic real GDP or domestic real income. This is again under a flexible exchange rate. It's the second video we're looking at. Now, once again, all of this is domestic real GDP. It has no effect on the foreign market, so I'm just going to leave that unchanged. But you need to trace it out anyway, just so you know what happens, because the whole model is looking at both sides of the market. Now, what does that do? When real GDP or real income increases, even though it's temporary, real income shows up right in the real liquidity money demand part of the nominal money demand. So when this increases, we get an increase to here. I put a little here, prime here to remind us that this is the variable that changed. The effect of that is to increase the nominal interest rate. We're being very brutal and crude about how we implement this change. It's just a jump up. The effect, we can go ahead and put it over here, is going to be to move this out right to there and lower the exchange rate. That effect is temporary. So what do we see happen to all of our variables? Well, we didn't change the nominal stock of money, so notice it hasn't changed at all, so this continues. What happens to the price level? We didn't change the money supply, so the price level doesn't get affected. This is just M over P, so this didn't change and that didn't change, so this doesn't change. The only thing that did change is the interest rate went up. We've assumed it's temporary, so it eventually returns to its old level, like that. So the same thing is going to happen over here, and that's eventually going to rise. So the exchange rate as well declines and then returns to its old level. Now, what happened here? Real GDP increased. So individuals in this home country felt like they suddenly had more real income. They went to demand more nominal cash, more actual dollars or units of currency in their pocket. But the central bank did not supply any extra dollars or any extra cash. As a result, they pushed up the interest rate. That effect rose the interest rate and increased the value of the domestic currency. So this did lead to a temporary appreciation of the domestic currency, which we see shown in the drop in E and the increase in the interest rate. Both of those things reflected a temporary appreciation or increase in the value of the domestic currency. Then everything returns back to where it was.